All right, we're back. Sorry about everything, everyone. We are having some interweb issues. Hopefully, we're coming in okay. Had to do some resets.
My new look broke the internet.
Yeah. Due to the delay, we're just going to go right into it. So let's hit into the intro. We're back again. Apologies for that. Seems like the interwebs are working better now. Might have been just a blip. So last we were together, the team themselves had a eventful day after being in Fort Phoenix for several weeks with nothing eventful going on. With everybody procuring tattoos of certain varieties and certain magical properties. Eventually, the return of Tabatha was abound. And a night of festivities between the group and Tabatha occurred with many fun adventures in between. The overall decision was later on that night was that everyone was going to head over to meet up with Seraphina and the Trinity Council, but beforehand, who would be classified as the voice of the group would head there in advance to talk about any kind of processes in between, making sure that everything is all T's across, all I's are dotted. Therefore, it was decided amongst the group that Fiona would go, and Fiona was followed by Murph. Through this, it was brought up with a few hot topics. One, a lot of shit's going on. We need to figure out what to do. Two, his overall goal of Heartwind was to reacquire the kingdom back from Heartwind. The Heartwind Guild was supposed to acquire back the Heartwind Kingdom. And they're trying to figure out if it's too greedy of them to want to get that back when all these things are going on. But it was agreed upon with all of you that it is a good priority to go there, reacquire it, get yourself a base of operations, then head off, whether it's going for Era, going for Cacopial, going back to take care of the devils. Some way, somehow, everyone will work together. In the process, it was agreed upon that you guys would all work together to better this in every way, shape, or form. And Fiona was knighted as a knight of the Heartwind Kingdom. Officially stated that you are now part of the council. Every decision will come with your words involved, and nothing will be agreed upon until all four of you or any new members are involved are decided upon. After that, the rest of the team decided to join up. With that, everybody came in one at a time until finally Helga and her new boo, Tabatha, decided to
canon, yo!
come in with no one noticing any problem, with the exception of Seraphina. Immediately drawing her sword and immediately leaping over the actual tabletop and immediately drawing her blade point straight towards Tabatha's neck, immediately changing her name to Armaros and implying what the fuck is she doing there. Armaros, Tabatha, not denying it, is pleased that she remembers her. At that moment, the outfit of Tabatha and her overall look changes. The overall frame is still the same. The structure, the face, but the tattoos themselves change color. Instead of a spectrum of silver and blacks, she is now blacks and crimsons, taking up the overall colors of Armaros, as your ethereal colors are now glowing of ruby and crimson. And now, just instead of just holding her cards in her hand, she now is holding a great scythe in her left hand with a rapier at her side, and with glowing crimson eyes that just stare directly back, but more amusement, less fear from Seraphina, as she immediately just takes her finger and just starts grazing the top of the blade. Now, what the hell do you think you're going to do with that? As she just kind of like takes it and she just starts pushing it away.
What would I know of her being with aberrant soldiers?
Very little. You did not have a higher enough rank to know anything about Armaros, and anything about Armaros was really kept to the really, really higher ups. Most aberrant soldiers don't even know the name Armaros. It's really kind of kept as kind of like a secret amongst secrets. Maybe some knights know about it due to the fact that maybe they're paladin soldiers and they were maybe whispered a name once upon a time through gods, but it's been kind of rumors and nothing but words kind of that everybody has been kind of doesn't know what they mean. To you, you've probably maybe heard the name in passing, but you never really took into account any interest in if it even was a name you heard. You might have just heard the word Armaros and just like, the fuck is an Armaros, and just kept walking. Never really brought to your attention directly or any information brought up to you about her.
I'm going to take out my demonic crossbow and hold it straight at her head.
Okay. I was going to say, would her thing from the weapon know anything? Because, like, we both have, like, those things for our weapons, or is that different now?
She's not a blade of Bahamut, and they don't have any way of recognizing other children. They just have recognition of each other.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure.
She's not a blade, even though some of the other children are blade. The siblings are blades, but not the children are blades, if that makes any sense.
Since Helga would have still been holding Tabatha's hand, is there any way for Helga to impose herself between Seraphina and Tabatha?
Absolutely not. The blade is so close, and now with more weapons being drawn, there is no space for you to get in the middle unless you actually want to put your life in danger. So,
Helga, Tori, you don't need to make a new character.
Literally right now, the way I'm picturing it is Tabatha standing there. Immediately, blade is put in. Even though Tabatha's kind of pushing the blade back, Seraphina's kind of countering it, and it's kind of like going down like this while she's just kind of pushing it back with only this much space for you to sneak in. And now with more weapons being drawn, it's become ever so apparent that, yeah, this is kind of a thing, but maybe I shouldn't go in the middle, but that's up to you. I mean, it's your personality.
Well, okay, so instead of going in the middle, Helga's gonna start pseudo-shifting. She's not gonna fully do it, but she's gonna put her hand on Seraphina's wrist, the one that's holding the blade.
Okay. Give me just give me a persuasion check.
You want to know what Seraphina would actually do?
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. 17.
17. Roll my dice. There we go.
Just.
Okay. Immediately, as soon as you put your hand up, she immediately puts her offhand up to you and immediately casts Firebolt on you.
Okay, cool. I mean,
when in doubt, fireball.
When in doubt, hey.
Natural 20.
I tried to talk. I mean,
that checks out.
As immediately this ball of fire is immediately cast from her hand, you're going to take 34 points of fire damage as it's immediately casted upon you.
let me check
She doesn't even look in your direction, she just draws up her arm and he immediately just shows dominance of, get the fuck out of my way, this is not in your business.
I fire a warning crossbow bolt near Tabitha's head and run in front of Helga.
Okay.
Calm down.
Hey, I wanted to talk. She shot.
No,
first.
I'm not telling you to calm down. I'm facing Seraphina and Tabatha.
I was like, wait. I tried.
Everyone, just stop. Just stop. Who are you? And I'm gonna pass a healing potion back to Helga. Let me just figure out which one I want to give you. Well,
Thank you.
I'm gonna do the just the regular potion of healing.
Thanks.
Let me delete that.
I will take said potion.
All right, and if you're trying to make it stop, then fear not, give me a persuasion check.
I don't think I'm very persuasive.
Kind of.
Oh, I am on this one. Okay. My other one that's not persuasive.
That's where it was.
9.
Oh.
I spoke too soon. I'm having an off night.
Oh.
And what were you saying, Murph?
When all this went down, after Helga got hit, Murph would have like power slid over the table, so he kind of landed like right next to Fierna and right in front of Helga, and he would have ignited the ethereal arm, and the Belro gauntlet would have started smoldering, and he just would have kind of like superhero landing, ready to go, but not saying anything.
Terrible for the knees.
Yeah.
Terrible for the knees.
A basic potion is 1d4 plus 4, right?
Yes.
I believe
Okay.
so.
I'll say I'm
Mixus do
on the struggle
something?
bus this
Yeah,
afternoon.
Mixus can do something.
Oh.
Mixus
power of
gets in
friendship.
there, goes in there and be like, hey, Helga, back up. This is not a good situation. Nobody move. Everybody just calm.
Helga's just like
voices.
she just said back up, but then she said nobody move, so Helga's staying where she's at.
You, Helga, move back, away from the now transformed prison.
I'm not leaving her,
But
I'm
you
not
really want
leaving her.
to get hurt. You're hurt. And we don't want you to get hurt. So how about you can just move a little bit,
I'm not gonna-
and we'll see what happens. We gotta figure out what's gonna happen.
She's gonna-
I'm not saying you don't have
Whatever
to
Armaros-
she's
hurt.
gonna do, she's gonna do regardless if I'm here
Armaros
or not.
immediately speaks. It's like, yes, Seraphina, just calm down. Relax. There should be no hate here. And she immediately just looks at it and she starts pointing in further into neck. As you can see, no matter how, at this point, it no longer looks like a threat. She's actually pushing as hard as she can, but it's not piercing the skin. As she's trying to push as far as she can. And Armos is kind of fallen back due to the weight of it, but it's not cutting her skin. She's trying to push in, and Seraphina eventually puts some weight behind it. It's not doing anything.
Can Mixus do a perception check or an insight check on Armros?
Sure.
And remember,
Natural
we did
20
do the insight check on before we ended last time to say that the feelings from Tabatha for Helga were true, but
Right.
we didn't do anything else on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you do an insight check of Armros. What are you specifically trying to like?
I'm trying to figure out if, like, obviously, like, if my thought process is correct, if I think this person is a god and therefore Seraphina can't actually hurt her. Trying to make it so that I can be like, hey, she's not going to get hurt. Helga, back the fuck up because you will get hurt. Like,
As far as you can tell, based off of what you know of Seraphina's power, and assuming that her blade is more powerful than any of yours, and obviously that this person either is a devil or a god or some kind of celestial of some kind, the fact that she's not taking damage is either she's resistant to a lot of things or she just is immune to taking damage. The fact that she's unfazed by anything going on is you can assume that no matter what happens here, she doesn't care. Whether or not you all die or whether or not you guys all sit down to have tea, either way, she's going to get to her point. She's going to get to it eventually.
Okay. Helga, I think We need to figure out what's gonna happen so that
We tried that.
But no. You also did it in a very, very not appropriate way. You put a hand on technically a queen, and you know how royal.
And she put a knife too.
Yeah. I understand, but this person obviously is not taking any damage from this knife, and is obviously going and has a point to say, and is going to say it either way.
Say it.
She's going to say it either way, and
Exactly.
I don't think it matters with you. I'm saying Seraphina. It's not Seraphina. I'm talking about this new person that Tabatha was. Now she's going to say something, and she doesn't care either way what the outcome is. So that means she might not care too much about if we all die or not. So
Immediately at this
I would
point,
say you should
not
back
taking
up.
anybody's side, Seraphina's just pissed at all the noises. She immediately screams out, "Shut up!" as immediately her hair erupts into fire and everybody just flames surround her.
Oh, guys.
As she just immediately looks. She just dropped her sword as her flames start to calm down after a few seconds. The hell do you want? Just a chit-chat. Little bit of time from the oh great almighty Seraphina. Queen of things that don't exist. Princess of a castle that does not exist. A few minutes of time is all I ask. With or without your friends, I really don't care. As you immediately see V come up and just whispers something into Seraphina's ear. Fine. Give us a few minutes. You can step outside and preferably not attract any attention. Then we'll talk. As she starts turning back into Tabatha. Very well. As she starts walking out of the tent.
As part of your new, I guess, command, and one who has seen her in the past, and one whose friend cares for her greatly, I request I come with. At least for your safety and our own.
You speaking to Seraphina?
Yes.
It makes sense for all four of us to be there. Confer with your friends. You yourself. No offense. As she points to Murph. You stay here. When you're ready, Fiona, meet us out at the front of the gates. As the three of them start walking out.
Helga's just gonna look at Tabatha with like a look that just says "be safe," and
She just gives you a wink
Like,
and she keeps
definitely.
moving on. But it's a very, from what was more flirtatious before, it seems a little bit more over the top.
yeah, Helga's very concerned, but will stay.
I'm gonna put a hand on Helga's shoulder as I walk past and just tell her, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna let either of them hurt each other.
If she wanted to, we just had dinner with her. If she wanted to hurt any of us, she had the perfect opportunity. I don't know what's going on.
But the only thing is she also needed us to get to see Seraphina, so maybe that was her end goal. You know, she was only using us to get to Seraphina. I don't know for sure, but it's possible.
We don't know who she really is.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, we need to take this one step at a time, and I was worried about you, Helga. I didn't want you to get hurt anymore. I know
Helga
you care
just
about
falls
her.
silent.
I just don't want you to get hurt.
I give her shoulder a little squeeze and then I head out to follow the others.
Before Fiona heads out, Murph puts his hand on her shoulders. You call. We'll come.
I know. That's why I feel safe to do this. And I'll head out.
Bring you back again, so don't die.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Xander.
So you start heading out as a couple guards are waiting by the doors. At this point, they've been given instructions to not let anybody in or out until the process is done. But they allow you to, they wait to close the doors until you pass by. As you start seeing that there is a spot that some of the soldiers just moved away from, about a good 100 feet away from the front of the gate. You see Tabatha in Tabatha's form standing there, as you can see that Norrin's waiting for you, as the other two are already up there. All set? Alright, let's go figure this shit out. As start walking over there, you just see in her form Tabatha, it's like, alright. Seraphine is just like, alright, no one can see. Can you drop the act? Alright. And she just quick switches back to her regular form. First off, I must commend you all, or at least whoever was there, be able to eliminate Celine. We did not expect anyone to be able to do that. So, first off, congratulations. Seraphina's like, thanks. Yes. Second off, here's a warning. And it's a courtesy for what we used to be. You've pissed off my sister. Now, against her better judgment, she has said, listen to me. Her first bet was to come here and kill you all. But I decided to say that I'll deal with it myself, in my own way, as long as I lay down the law of sorts. This, whatever you got going on, this minuscule group of friends and kingdom of whatever you're trying to do, go ahead and do it. But you interfere again, I won't be able to stop her. She's already taken one of your friends. As far as I understand, what she's done to him, not a pleasant thing. She's got plans and motions. And I'm doing my best to make sure that you and your friends are spared as long as possible. But one day, she will not be able to be stopped. So live your life as best you can until then and have a happy life. Don't interfere with our shit. Either way, you'll lose. And I'm afraid that the next time it happens, she'll make me have to kill you. I don't want to do that. As she just is kind of like leaning up on her scythe and kind of just spinning around the head around. This little band of wherever the fuck you all are. It's the best you're going to get. You want to deal with your whole thing with Averant? Go butt heads with that giant? I wouldn't advise it. Do what the fuck you want. Just don't interfere with our shit anymore. Did she just... Go ahead.
The sister you speak about, you're talking to the one that killed me?
Well, I do not believe so. She has had no contact with any of you up until the month before. Whoever you have fallen prey to, not my sister.
Who is your sister?
So he kind of just smirks. It's no point to hide the name anymore. Name's Kakolpil. But she's become more than she's become more than what she was before. And before that, she was less than what she was originally. It's complicated. But let's just say she's become something more than what I am, even though we're twins. Soon if I decided to say, hypothetically, I'd help you, it'd be a losing battle. If you can't harm me, you have no way to harm her. So, let us do our thing. And it'd be prudent for you to just live your happy lives in solitude as best as possible until the end of the world happens.
And if we refuse to accept the end of the world?
You'll die. Sooner rather than later.
Already done. Came back stronger.
Really? As she immediately goes up and she grabs you by the throat. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Don't forget your god weapon, by the way.
Tabby getting spicy.
Spice of life.
What'd you get?
What is with the threes? I got a 9.
Okay,
Oh,
she got a 31.
What about the real?
So she immediately grabs you by the neck and immediately lifts you up, straight up in the air like super soldier style. And she immediately lifts you up. How strong do you think you are now as she starts tightening up her grip on you?
Does
You were
the
gonna
sword do anything? Or the great axe do anything as I hold it?
You're holding it?
Yes.
It's not reacting to her, but you can use it if you'd like. She's not stopping you from your hands.
Well, I'm gonna try and whack her with
Okay.
it.
Roll with disadvantage because you're like this, kind of like swinging underneath, so you got to kind of get like some underweight against it to try to actually put some muscle into it.
Did you update our weapons or no?
Yes.
Okay.
That was only a 13.
So you try to you slide the handle down and you try to do an uppercut with the blade, but you have such low strength underneath to pull it up. She immediately sees it and she just kind of bats your axe out of your hand. The fuck you think that's gonna do? But she immediately just looks at her hand, and as soon as she looks at her hand, the fuck, as you just start seeing some blackness start to hit her hand.
I do a little smirk, even though I'm kind of dying.
She immediately takes you and she immediately throws you against the tree. You are going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can we hear anything within the fort?
In the fort?
what's
No,
going
they
on?
moved far enough away where it's being kept quiet. You might have heard occasionally an axe swing, maybe an item fall, but the voices, you don't hear anything.
I mean, yeah, I'm just meaning because if she threw her against a tree, wouldn't we hear the like the rustle of the tree of some sort, or no?
Not from that distance. At that point, Norrin's waiting for a command from Seraphina. Seraphina doesn't know what to do. B, due to her PTSD is kind of frozen at the moment. But Seraphina just kind of steps up. Sheathes her blade. I don't care what you say. We will do what we have done. We'll continue doing it as we see fit. And she just immediately stretches out her arms. If you feel so inclined to stop me, do it now. Save us the hassle. As Armaros walks up, looks at her directly in the eye. You don't think I won't? I don't think you won't. She immediately steps back, puts her hand in her pocket. Just remember, you have no strength against this. Her eyes immediately glow as you start seeing her 4 wings immediately stretch out from her back. If I come back and see any strategizing against us, I'll kill you all. As she immediately flies up in the air and immediately takes off.
I'm gonna turn to Seraphina after picking myself up and using my axe to help.
As a cane.
Yep. Wiping off the blood and Shaking up
Telling
the
me, Sim?
concussion. What is she talking about?
Give me a persuasion check. And this is just more or less how it's going to be approached. She'll tell you, but it depends on how it's going to be approached.
On the good dice.
Oh my god, you're getting like the worst
3.
rolls.
11. I have not rolled over a 5.
You gotta use some regular dice.
She
Time to bust out the real dice.
Yep.
She looks at you. Well, you're the only one here who doesn't know. First off, I know about you. You're an average soldier once upon a time. Wherever your alliances are then, or were then. That's fine. As long I trust you now. But I'm sure you know who Kikopil is. Armaros is her twin. They grew up together, they lived before our time, they created this world, long story short. The plague that infects our world, she created it by accident. Our team, as she kind of spreads her arms to kind of indicate Norrin and V, and a couple others, helped stop it. But it can only be stopped without Armaros' help, and I decided to give up my life to save hers and to stop the plague. In doing so, I became something else, and so did Armaros. Believe it or not, I haven't been Seraphina for too long. For the past 50 years, up until 5 years ago, I went by another name. Alasna. It wasn't until a battle ensued, and Armaros decided that she found it more prudent to side with her sister than to protect the realm. And she abandoned me. I got my freedom back, but the 50 years I spent with her to do what I could for this realm was all for naught. I don't hate her, but I will resent for what she has chosen to do. I understand a sibling's love, but the version of her sister that is left is nothing but pure evil. And I know better. I know that Armaros is just being used, and that version of Kikopil is nothing but death and darkness. One that cannot care about anybody but her own specific needs and wants. Armaros is just a little sister that just finally wants her love from her bigger sister. And until she sees true light, she won't know the difference. But every time I'll see her, I will resent her. That's the short of it, pretty much. She's a problem. And honestly, till about a minute ago, I've never seen her take harm. You didn't hit her, but that blade definitely does something interesting. I believe we need to have some words with your friends. This requires a more open conversation.
I believe so as well. And we can possibly find other weapons like these. No telling, but possibly.
Well, let's discuss it back over at camp. As you can start to see, some eyes are getting drawn on you from some of the soldiers outside. She just looks back at V. Do you mind dealing with your soldiers? Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. As she goes over to calm down all the different soldiers that are kind of curious about what's going on. As you all decide, as you and Norrin follow Seraphina back in, the rest of you, I'm assuming, didn't go far, still within the area of Seraphina's tent as they start walking back towards your direction.
Helga's been pacing the entire time.
Okay. Seraphina just gives you a gesture that just kind of points back in the tent.
And she just looks at Helga, because she takes notice that Tabatha's not there, so she just looks at Fierna like,
I'm gonna lower my eyes, sigh heavily, and just do like a head nod. Like, come on, we'll talk.
immediate Helga sad puppy.
Oh.
As you all start heading in, the two soldiers that are normally at, or at least are currently at Seraphina's side, she walks in. Leave us. Ma'am? Now. Right away. We'll be outside. As they start passing by you, immediately heading out. She sits down at her spot. No one sits at his. She gestures you, Fiona, to go sit in your new spot. And she gestures to the rest of the group. With the exception of this chair, she points over at Fee's chair. Pick a spot. That is for a temporary time. You can have a seat at the table. We have much to discuss and very little time to do it.
When I sit at the when I sit in the chair, is the table like too tall for me? I'm guessing it is.
Yeah, I mean, these are regular dining room table chairs to dining room table height.
There we go. Seraphina!
Oh, you know what? She gets up real quick and she goes, finds a couple of pillows, and she immediately just kind of like sticks them underneath you. There you go. That's better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ooh, these are kind of cozy.
Before
Martha's gonna go sit down in one, but it's too small, so he's just gonna knock the arms off and sit down.
Norrin immediately looks back at Seraphina, just kind of like, what the fuck? And she's like, it's fine. It's fine. That's like the least of our worries for now. All right. Well, sorry about the informalities. I apologize about the abruptness. God, where the fuck to begin?
Are you okay, Seraphina?
No.
Oh,
Well, let's get the formalities out of the way.
okay.
Your friend, your ally, your comrade, Fiona, made her one of her knights. She is now a council member, and she will now speak for all of you on times that you are not available, or just times that we need someone immediate. So, she is now a knight for Heartwind, and I hope that you all decide to follow in suit.
Kind of
Congratulations.
nods, and you just see her kind of sink a little bit, like a huge weight has been put back on her shoulders.
You'll deal with the formalities of that later. Armor, weapons, we'll deal with that later. As far as recent developments, they put it around the table. Not good things happening.
Huh?
God walks into our place, threatens us to halt any actions. Basically, it tells us the world will eventually end. She looks at you, raising her hand. Yes.
So I'm guessing Tabatha is the god you're talking about?
I don't know her real name, but I'm assuming that's what you decided to go with. You were calling her. But yes, the female that you brought in with you, that is her.
I'm gonna look at Helga as I say this, and she will not hesitate to kill any one of us.
Helga's not even paying attention at this point because she's in still process of, one, she's a god, and two, just like
I fucked a god.
everything. I fucked a god, yeah. I fucked a god, but oh no, I fucked a god.
I fucked a god. I fucked a god. I fucked a god.
Fucked a god. Yeah, basically. But then she's also still just like upset and angry that she left without talking to her.
By the way, as we're saying that, we got exactly 69 viewers. All right, get go.
Nailed it. But yeah, so she's just more in like a shocked like process where she's not even like, she's just staring at the table. Like she's trying to process her own way, but then she's also like, man, she left and she didn't even say bye. Like, I mean, the last time she didn't say bye, but like, you know, I thought we moved past this, or like that I deserved my own explanation as to what was going on, and
Is Helga's chair near mine or no?
You can choose if you want to be.
I come over here and just like start petting you, like trying to calm you down a little bit, like.
Oh God.
Good puppy.
Like,
Good puppy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Like standing up on the chair to get close enough
Reverse
to.
service dog.
emotional support out.
It's okay, Helga.
like that.
It'll be okay. We'll figure it out. But it's kind of cool that you knew a god, but we'll figure it out. I'm sorry that they were not the greatest of people, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Helga just kind of like,
Decent or was, at least.
not even like, again, not even like, she's fully dissociating from this, so she just like gently pats Mixus's head, and then just, that's...
At this point, V walks in behind you. Took care of it. Alright, thank you. And she comes down, sits in her seat. So where we at? Just kind of explaining the problem. So the you start off with one issue that was very large enough. Decide how to approach this. Now we got this problem. Whether or not we want to hasten the progress or slow it down because of it, it depends on how we decide to take it. So let's just say she's a god of gods. Until she touched your friend's blade, we've never been able to harm her ourselves, but even then, I don't know how much that'll do. And we've already been contemplating about...
Which blade?
No, not a witch blade, an axe.
No. Which weapon? Who are you talking about?
Points over to Fiona.
Oh, Fiona, your weapon worked against her?
Our weapon worked against her.
Yay!
And Helga's like, the fuck you mean, yay?
Yeah, it's like that. Like, we know that it can do something. That's a good thing, right? If she comes after us, if she's going to attack you, I look at Helga. If she attacks you, I'm going to hurt her.
They won't do much, but they do hurt her.
No.
Don't rush
Listen.
into it.
Oh, okay.
As Serafina mentions, just curious, what's your blade made out of?
It's
I tink it on the table. Metal.
She-
really the good stuff.
She looks at you.
Queen Serafina, our blade is it's one of the blades, like the actual blades. It's just I touched it when it was in its original form, and because I'm too little and not strong enough, it had to get split into two because otherwise I would go insane. So I chose Mama Fee to help, and so my bow and her axe are a blade, like an actual blade, like the big blades.
Well, that at least solves a conundrum that we were always going to have to deal with. How to harm those that we never had the power to do so. But that creates another problem. We have no way to track the blades. And I wouldn't have you fight our battles for us.
Murpha has something too that he was given by another god that could probably help us this situation, right? Right? Murpha?
Arthur's gonna look up and say, actually, I might have a way to find out about the other blades as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They just look at you puzzled and intrigued at the same time. They don't say anything, just kind of like the gesture of like, continue.
Just to be clear, can we just say that Serafina and obviously Fenrir is kind of explain to us the interaction they had with Armaros.
Pretty much,
outside.
yeah. I just didn't want to repeat the same thing like in 5 minutes.
Oh, right. It seems to me that she said if she comes back and we're strategizing against her and her sister, there'll be hell to pay. Well, at the same time, she told you to take your kingdom back and to stay out of her way. Yeah? Am I right?
You're not wrong.
So, what would you say? You do that, and maybe me and mine finds some more of those blades. And he's gonna pull out of his pocket and hold up the sending stone that Serena had left.
Oh, okay.
Which he had been, actually he'll say to the group, I've been chatting with our friend for the past month, keeping tabs on her. Thought it was the right thing to do after, and he's kind of going to look a little sad, after her father.
You've been in contact with you've been in contact with Serena?
That's right.
What's she have to do with this?
Is she doing okay?
She might be in trouble. I don't know last time I talked to her, but she carries one of those blades as well.
They just
And
like
when
look
I
at each
was-
other, just confused, like, oh fuck, of course he has a blade.
Well, and also with that, but with her blade, if we're gonna be honest here, her blade, the one guy wants it.
They're just like
The other
getting
guy.
more confused. Okay, now who are we talking about?
Oh, well, so you know all the blades are all the siblings of Bahamut, right?
We did
They're
not
all
know that. No.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, let me back up a little. No, all the blades that were performed that Bahamut made, he trapped all of his siblings into them. And the only sibling he didn't trap was, I can't remember how to say his
Anima.
name, sorry.
Anima.
Anima, because Anima helped him. But Anima was banished to somewhere because he betrayed Bahamut. So, but Anima wants Serene's blade because he said, like, supposedly it was supposed to go to him, supposedly. And I'm guessing it helps him somehow. Like, maybe it helps him get out of wherever he is or whatever. But yeah, he wants it. So he is also asking her to go find all the other blades so that they can be all combined together to become one blade, which can be an actual god-killing blade. The only thing is that once you become, if you hold all the blades together, you become a god yourself and no longer can be influenced by another god. So yeah.
False pride.
They just like the three of them look at each other, and then like Seraphina just kind of like palms her face, and then immediately.
Oh, and by the way, I this out by talking to a blade. Yeah.
Immediately, V just like, of course there's souls inside the blades. Of course, I'm getting so sick of stupid god drama. This is getting old.
Face bombs are just happier than ever. Ah!
And they're like, okay, so have you been able to communicate to the person inside your blade?
Oh, yeah. He's the one who told me.
You make it sound so casual. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is our
No,
life.
so sorry. And I forgot to mention also, Serene, she's communicated to her blade, which, you know, the one that her father had.
Of course,
she
right.
communicated
The blade he
because,
neglected to
you
tell
know,
us was a blade of Bahamut, right? Sure.
Yeah. Murphy was there, too.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Is that it? Did I leave anything out, Murphy?
You did well, we won.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we theoretically have 2 blades of Bahamut. Theoretically, they can harm them. This leads us up with back to square one. was agreed amongst the four of us that our prudent option is to take back Heartwind. Sounds like you all want to move ahead and go find Silik's daughter to go retrieve the blade. As far as we understand, that blade, being a Bahamut blade or not, is attuned to that family. So you're gonna have to bring her back. Unless you have a way to convince her, to apparently convince the blade, to help you find the rest of them. But the question comes up of how urgent. We have several things on the table, as we mentioned to your friend, Fiona. Obviously, Recopial and Armaros. But we made a promise with y'all. We're going to help you find and kill Ira, the remnant of the plague. We know that at least the weapons you have now can at least harm her. I have a feeling that whatever Recopial and Armaros are doing is not a rush job. As much as I'd like to deal with it now, I feel like it's going to take more than just the blades to deal with that fact. It's a good leg up on it, but we're also talking about ways for us to be able to fill up the void of sorts, to be able to hold out our own. Then we have the oh so obvious, as the two of them like clench their fists, Valeris and Malik. That is a bag of freaking crazy ass cats if I ever heard of one. That is more or less troubling due to the fact of either both A, we only know little about Malik, B, Valeris can't fucking die, it's getting old, and really C, we don't know what the fuck they're doing and why Malik took out his time to retrieve him. We only know a few pieces.
I might know something about Malik.
What's that?
Well, his body was the body that was in, Khalid and under the volcano, and the devils.
Sure, she puts up her hand. We're already aware of that situation.
Okay,
we know about the devils. We know about Malik.
Okay, but also he's the first, the first son of both of the twins.
We're quite aware.
And so he's like the master of all blades.
We know of his importance in the world, we know his creation, and we know he is the reason why the blades are created. We just don't know his reasoning for needing Valeris. All the history books and all the texts show Malik as an honorable paladin. If he knows what he should know, acquiring an ally like Valeris is kind of backwards compared to what we're supposed to know about Malik.
What if he is corrupted?
Well,
it seems like there's a lot of corruption in this realm. So
that creates another problem. Either way, we have a mess of things to take care of. So, we at least know where we're going to start. Us and our company, we are going to move post-haste to strategize and really take back our country, our kingdom, our castle. Between the rest of you, Mealy gestures over to Fiona. Between my knight, I'd prefer you at my side. But if you find it prudent for your team to merely go out and procure the tiefling, I'll honor that request. Just know, without me, you do not have my protection. You're back to where you were. So,
I do what I need, or what you need me to do. As I told you, I would help you take back your kingdom so we can get soldiers. However, they come first. They've always come first. That's the only reason I am helping.
Then how about we make a deal? How about we meet ourselves halfway? I'll prolong the campaign to retake the home front. I'll give you 3 months. 3 months. You go find her, save her from whatever ailment that she has gotten herself into, and bring her back here. She does not need to fight in our battle. If she wants to, she's more than welcome. But 3 months. I expect you to return by 3 months. By that time, a strategy will be had. It gives us enough time to form a much more efficient war council and do what it is to be attended. Take back by force. Now, none of you, with the exception of you, and I'm assuming, as she looks at Murph and you, I'm assuming the rest of you are not soldiers. And I don't expect you to be. I'm not expecting you to fight in a war, but I need at least you to have a place. If you don't want to fight, I need you at least help in some way, shape, or form. Medical, spiritual, magical. Whatever way that might do to ease your conscience or fulfill whatever duty that you have set in your heart. "3 months I give you. You agree to these terms."
I'm gonna look everybody in the eye.
Helga's looking at the table. She just disassociates. Like, she doesn't give a shit anymore. She's...
And then I'm gonna look back at Seraphina and just, I agree.
Very well. I'll give you 2 days. Get whatever provisions you need, get some rest, figure out strategy of attack. I'll provide you with some currency to make your way there. But you are now a Knight of Heartwind. I'll procure you with your new armaments. Meet up with the Master of Arms before you head out. And meet up with our blacksmith afterwards. They'll get you set up with your new wares. If you were going to be a knight of this council, might as well look like one. I'd rather not have an aberrant soldier, whether you are not an aberrant looking soldier, represent the Heartwind Kingdom. No offense.
None taken.
Just steps up. I know this is a very trying time, all of us for different reasons. I just want to let you all know that I appreciate what you're doing, whether it's for the greater good or for some other reason. Either way, you're helping. Take the 2 days, do what you need to do, then go find your friend. I'll make sure our ship is all set for you. That you'll have a vessel at your disposal to go retrieve her. But she at least has a month ahead of you. So, I'll try to get as best as I can. And after that, every bit of luck and blessing from the gods that you worship will be at your side. I'll start assembling my war council. As she goes behind her, she walks over to her, where her regular chair was. She is like this little box that's covered up by a blanket. She immediately takes off the blanket. See, like this little lock box. She kind of puts her hand on it and starts to glow, and she lifts it up. She takes something out of it, and she takes another thing out of it, and she takes another thing out of it, and she kind of palms, all three in one hand. She closes back up, puts a palm on it, and looks like it relocks. She goes over by and she puts a closed fist down on Norin. Norin puts his hand on it, and her fist glows green. Goes over to V. She puts her hand on her fist, glows purple. Really, she comes down to all of you, and she puts her hand and she passes one thing in front of Fiona. It looks like a setting stone, but it looks a little bit more advanced. This thing actually looks more kind of like a sort of like a glove / wristlet. It kind of like it gets worn halfway up the palm and it just wraps around just the thumb, and then it wraps around the actual wrist. One for you, two for your friends. Choose wisely. It cannot be unattuned. These are custom pieces, and whoever chooses them will be able to communicate to us whenever they see fit. We'll have a link between myself, my commander, and my mage. One for you, Fiona. Two for any of you. Keep me up to date. And use it to keep each other in touch. She kind of starts scratching the back of her head. She's like, oh, fuck, this is gonna suck. Alright, well, you guys do whatever you want to do. Just, Fiona, make sure you get your 2 tasks taken care of before you head out. I'll make sure the ship is ready at the docks for you. And, good fucking luck. As she just, like, walking over and she just starts taking, like, a breath. And basically leaves you guys to go head out.
Gonna do a little bow and head out.
Okay.
Yeah, Helga's gone.
Okay.
Murphy, before he leaves, gonna look at V. Walk with wolves. And then they'll walk out.
She just does a head nod gesture to you as she just takes her fist and just kind of pounds it against her chest plate.
Oh boy, this has been a great show. Jeez. Way to kill the mood. Alright, until next time!
Did you really expect it to be lifted? I mean, I don't know what you were expecting. But
A little more hero's journey send off, something flashy, not dread in return. Okay.
well, a lot of shit's going down. Keeping
Yeah.
morale up is gonna be difficult.
That's what I
As
heard.
we're walking out, and be like, this has changed. This took a really weird turn
I agree.
coming to this realm.
Yep. Sure
Ooh.
does.
I don't know about this anymore.
Yup. We write our own
I'm just
story.
a very small person.
Yep.
I don't know how I can make a change.
You know everyone. Everyone.
Well, no, I don't. I just try to be nice and friendly.
Yep.
But you can't do that to someone who's pointing an axe at you.
I've been on both sides of it. It's fine. You just kind of write your own song and you just keep on keeping on.
When you're as magnificent as I am, everybody puts a blade at you once in a while.
You're not doing it right if they don't.
I can't write it. I can't write my own song. I don't have a musical instrument.
Oh wow. Let's go fix that. Let's go find you something.
Gonna go hunt down and make us a magical instrument. Okay, cool.
Oh, great.
All right.
This is gonna be that kid with 2 spoons and a pot.
I was
what
thinking
is-
more of like the 3rd grader with the
Recorder.
recorder, and then if anyone wants to break that.
Oh, yeah.
What's the rest of the group want to do?
When I get outside, you guys may or may not see me, but I'm gonna walk very briskly kind of out of the way to a big tree, and I am just going to throw the strongest punch I have at it, probably break my hand, and just scream out in anger.
Do we see this happen?
Probably.
Look, we just brought you back. What's up? What's up?
God saving the world.
Yeah.
Back in the military.
Oh,
I had freedom, and I don't anymore. But I don't know what other choice I have. I don't know what other choice we have.
Yeah, I feel like we're caught up in that thing again. It's a lot. I didn't think Tabatha was all that bad, but then she got weird and was using us for another purpose.
Some of the little secrets I gotta really keep from you.
Yeah, I feel bad for Helga.
I was like, Helga made her way over to like the bridge by the river.
Yeah. So it's hard to figure out where to go from here, but we'll figure
Go
out.
forwards. I mean, I'll.
Yeah.
We thought the devils were the biggest thing out there. We thought
Yeah, I was all
kill them,
about
revenge.
That. Yeah. Yes.
Now we have the end of the world.
Yeah. And we have to solve everyone's problems again. Huh.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh boy. Murph, what do you think about all this?
Seems to me all our problems come down to the same solution. Who's ever got the blades has the power. If we get the blades, we decide what we want and what we do. And fuck the rest.
Yeah. Not bad. That's not
Can't
bad.
say I'm opposed to that.
Right? Yeah, this sounds kind of good right about now. Blades hold all the power. Yeah. Just gotta track them down. That would
I'm tired.
A lot of obstacles.
I don't know about the rest of you, and I'm gonna look at Fenra. I'm tired of punching above my weight class.
Yeah.
Time we get to
Say
do
that
the
again.
hurting.
I've always punched above my weight class.
Of
And you
course.
pack mighty punches, Mixus. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
She really goes with the float like a butterfly sting, like bee strategy.
Buzz, motherfucker.
Except the sting is the god. The sting is the god weapon out of the rest of us, you and Fenra. So you know, sting's a little more powerful. It's a quiet cricket.
Yeah.
I didn't try to
That's
hurt
the
that
new, like,
person when I cut
taekwondo
their
move.
tongue.
So
He's the quiet cricket.
as Helga, you go over to the
Men in
bridge,
black.
and you are just having your own time.
Hat is off. She is not feeling it. She's not.
So the hat's off.
You know it's serious when the hat's
As
off.
you hear-
She has it with her, but she doesn't. She's not wearing it right now.
People are constantly avoiding you. They're kind of getting the registry that's like, okay, this person, don't fuck with her. Let's go the other direction. After you are leaning over the bridge for a little while, you just hear a voice behind you, just leaning up against. Why so glum? I didn't go far. As you can hear Tabatha behind you.
But you still left.
Oh, well, you know, I can't let Seraphina know I'm here.
What the hell was all of that? She's still like, she hasn't turned to face her yet. She's still like looking over the bridge.
She's just
What the
leaning up
hell?
against the other side of the bridge. Her and I have a past. You know, it's complicated.
Apparently, feel like complicated doesn't begin to cover it.
She just kind of.
I mean, I know I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but like, feels like there's a lot more going on than. I mean, is this all just fun and games to you? Was I just a means to an end to get to.
Oh, no. I mean, I never knew anything about you at first, and you struck my fancy. And I'll be honest, after I left the fort and found out about your possible demise, I ran back in a certain of urgency that I've not felt in some time. Whatever that might mean emotionally is something that has been gone from me for thousands of years. Currently, my only appreciation is for my sister, and nothing will get in the way of that. But you are a close second. You have definitely caught my eye, but tensions are brewing. I prefer you not to be caught in the crossfire.
I feel like that ship sailed.
Well,
And I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who you are. Like, you know.
she looks around left. She looks around right as she sees no one. Fair enough. As she turns into Armaros. Wings out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Still crossing her arms, but wings kind of like gesturing like in a very relaxed state, not dominant.
Mm-hmm. And Helga will turn to like face her and just like try and take everything in, still in the like, I fucked a god, but oh my god, I fucked a god. Like,
Hey, yo.
like that's just starting to like sink in. It's just, I don't know. I mean, you know, Fiona said that you aren't afraid to hurt anyone that gets in your way of whatever the hell is going on. And I mean, if that, I don't like you. I
Do you
can't
have any
choose
siblings?
between-
Do you have any
I-
brothers or sisters?
I did. They're all gone now.
What would you do to get
Now
them
I
back?
just. I don't know. I've never actually really
Well,
thought about getting them back, but we
I've thought about
moved
it.
heaven and earth to get Fiona back. So
Well, then
I
you
guess
understand.
that's a close second.
I will literally move all of the realms to make sure that I stay with my sister. Now, under most circumstances, I will destroy anybody in my way. But I have a bond with Seraphina. And don't let that confuse you.
Oh, this whole thing confuses me. I'm just telling you out, or this whole thing is all confusing.
Well, she kind of walks up closer, and with her wings down, they're draping like a cloak on the ground.
Mm-hmm. If she'll let her, Helga wants to like reach out and kind of just like brush like the wings, like, you know, she's never.
She gestures
Seen
one of
a
her shoulder
feather,
blades to
like-
move
See
them.
that they're real.
Yeah, she
Well,
gestures
that,
one of
but,
her
like,
shoulder blades
yeah.
to move him closer to you to be able to kind of like embrace him. Kind of like she's almost kind of like curling an arm around you, but she's using her wing to do it. And then she just kind of like, well, if you don't understand, let me educate. And she takes her two fingers and she presses them onto your temple. As immediately you get flashes of hundreds of years into your mind. You know a few things right off the bat is what she wanted you to know.
Mhm.
Basically, stuff that Seraphina knows. You know that by accident Armaros created the plague. You now know what Alasna was. And you now know the reason why Seraphina and her have a problem, and now you understand her reasoning why she must protect her sister. You might not understand it or comprehend it, but you now are at least educated with the knowledge. She pulls her fingers back. I don't expect you to understand, but I expect you to know. My sister is the world to me. She's my twin. She's my best friend. And she might be the worst person, but she's my sister. And I don't know what I'd do without her. And if I have to flip these realms upside down to give her what she wants, I'll do so. As she kind of curls the wings around you a little bit more as a comfort. as she says something she knows will not make you feel good. I'll spare you, but I can't guarantee the rest of the world.
I just don't know if I can live with a reality where I have to choose between my new family and the one that I've grown to care about. I mean,
I'm not asking you to choose. I'm asking you not to fight. I'm asking you to hold back. Then fight a different battle. Don't fight this one. Fight somewhere else. Or fight for me.
Why can't you work with us? I'm sure there's a different way. There's always another way.
I've worked with this kind for 50 years, sharing a body with another person. I have served as a nightmare vessel for 5,000 years. And before that, I fought a war to defend these races. I've put in my time. I have put in my blood, I put in my sweat, and I damned put in my tears. This world is damned, and most of the people in it are. I will fix it, I will help reset it, and I'll do what needs to be done. If you want to be spared that fate, then you must pick the correct actions. And I hope you do. But
reset it to what? To what you think is the way it should be?
To what works. To what is right and what needs to be done.
But works for who?
Works for the betterment. Not for anyone, but for everyone. Everyone has had time. Has had thousands of years to evolve, to make themselves better, to learn to the right decisions. You all fight, you all bicker every time. Even with the plague, you have chosen to fight when it sleeps, and only ally yourselves when it wakes up. I have chosen for thousands of years to defend all of you against my sister, to not reset. But even after I have paid the ultimate price to literally die over and over again for my words and my hopes that you will all do better, you all still fall. It is the truth, it is a bitter one, and that's why it will be fixed, as she merely stretches out her wings. You have a choice. And she immediately takes her hand and she just kind of puts it on your shoulder. Not sure yet if she can hold you.
I mean, if she wants to, Helga will let her. Helga's in. Okay. She's still in a process.
She pulls you in and she just whispers to you, you have a choice. You have an option. I'm not asking you to not fight. I'm not asking you to abandon your friends. I'm asking you to avoid a single battle. I'm asking you to avoid a single objective and let them do their own thing. You don't have to do this. You have no right, and you do not have any stake in this battle. The war that will come around be far past when you're dead.
Does
it has no effect
matter
on
which
you.
side I mean, if I say I don't, hypothetically, say I don't do this fight, this battle, this objective, is it really going to matter if you're just going to kill them anyways? If they're just going to die when you flip the world, what does it matter?
Matters for you, whether you're in it or not. Your next 50 plus years are dependent
Bold of you to
on your next choices.
My kind don't live that long. If I get another 50 years, that'd be a blessing.
Well, a blessing can be granted upon you. A gift from me to walk away. You don't have to join me, but you can be with me for longer. All I ask is for you to leave. You don't have to fight with me. You don't have to fight against me. You just don't do either one. As she pushes you back and looks at you directly in the eyes, now that she's a little bit taller than you. In her regular
Helga's
form, she's about like
Helga's
7'2".
Helga's full, like, ugly crying. Like, there's just tears.
She just
everywhere.
wraps you around with her 4 wings and just wraps you all in. Due to her size, she cocoons both of you into her wings. Take some time on it. Do what needs to be done. Whatever she has asked of you, go for it. Do it. But I can only spare you and your friends for so long. I love my sister, but I fear her more. There's only so far I can go to hold back her own fist. She stretches out her wings off of you. This will be the last time you see me for a little while. But when I see you the next time, I expect to know what your decision is. As she pushes you away and she immediately takes off, creating like a vortex on the ground, pushing you back like 5 feet.
I wish you didn't have to go. I don't like not having you here.
You only see 2 feathers drop on the ground, left behind. As you hear a whisper from one, I wish I didn't have to either. Another one left behind as maybe a way to communicate to her one time. As one turns into ash after it whispers back, and the other one left for you to keep.
She'll tuck it into, well, I would say her hair, but she has a mohawk. She'll just tuck it behind her ear for now.
Okay.
Can we take a quick break?
Yes, we can take a quick break. We'll be right back in 10 minutes. Don't go far.
Oh!
Dun dun dun.
All right. So, after that heated conversation, for the rest of the group, what would you all like to do? I know that we got 2 people going to go get an instrument from Mixus.
I need an instrument.
I'm gonna go restock on 2 just regular health potions, 1 to take now and 1 to restock the one I gave Helga.
Also, Joe,
First-
Mixus, and
yeah,
I are
I don't know
flipped
why
on
you
the
guys are
stream.
flipped. This is so fucking weird. It makes no damn sense. Like, you guys were in the right spot
I
before.
need to speak like this now.
Like-
I noticed it on our end, but I thought that was.
Is it a true D&D nerdy playbook episode without technical difficulties?
There should be no
Yeah,
reason
you
why
know-
it changed. It's
Yeah, there's
like,
no reason why there should be a change.
Yeah.
That was very strange.
The
Oh,
gods
no, I'm
willed
the
it, so
orc.
it happened.
I'm the orc.
all right. So,
I'm now the orc. There we
before,
go. That was nice.
what do we all do? As far as you guys got 2 days, it's already midway through the first day. What would you like to do? Any specific tasks you want to do? Fiona, you got to eventually go to the Master at Arms.
Helga, are you gonna keep your feather behind your ear the whole time, or
No, she's eventually gonna put it in the box with the tarot cards and the potions from Caleb. Like, she's got a little keepsake box, but just for now,
Just curious.
because she doesn't want it getting lost or stolen.
To it. Yeah.
Would we have seen you with the feather in your hair before you did that?
Yeah, I'm sure at some
Oh.
point in time she would have, like, sometime later in that day, she probably would have wandered over to the tavern to get absolutely day drunk because she's not okay. she,
That's how we solve our
She
Did a
is-
lot of
she is
drinking
not
this
okay.
campaign.
yeah, her liver is made of steel. It's awesome.
Did a lot of drinking this campaign.
Yeah, so she's probably at the tavern right now, just like drinking her feelings. eating away her feelings, but mostly drinking her feelings.
Anna's
So
gonna keep checking on her.
Okay.
Murph is going to walk into the tavern, and as he walks past Fiona, he's going to kind of give her like a knowing, like wink, like I'm going to try something. And he's going to put a hand on Helga's shoulder. Up, pup! Come with me! And start walking out the back of the tavern.
I don't.
I got a feeling.
If this turns
I'm
into
gonna
another hit
follow.
me, you'll feel better. I'm leaving.
Yep.
I'm gonna follow because I must do
This session, her character doesn't die; it just leaves, and then she has to
Just
make a new
leaves,
character.
Karen,
Make a new character.
Helga says, "Fuck this
Next-
shit, I'm out." Like,
My character
So
is
you're gonna
dating
follow-
ages. They fucked a god. Done. Don't need to save
done,
the world.
Yeah. Yep.
World say, what's that?
Okay, so you guys go in the back.
Yeah, I mean, Helga will take a bottle with her and, like, eventually meander her way over. Maybe, like, turkey leg in one hand and a bottle in the other.
Nice, classy.
Yeah, yeah. It's Helga. That's about
You're
as
probably
classy
like
as she
wiping
gets.
off. You're probably like wiping off like the actual turkey grease left, like your hand or like a sleeve or some shit
Oh,
like that.
absolutely.
You know, like
Yeah, just full on, like,
randomly see the dude walk in. It's like, hey, you mind if I borrow your hand? And you just like smear it all over his.
just go up and just
You-
shake.
You said you're following too, Finra?
Yeah.
Alright. Hold on, I gotta put this
You gotta
down.
make sure nobody else is facilitated. This is
I need
just a training
facilitation.
session.
I was gonna say
Time
also Helga's still not wearing hat.
I need my
I'm not
hands.
wearing the
Perfect.
hat in person.
Good. Perfect. So I imagine when we go outside, go out the back of the tavern, out the back doors, there's kind of like 6 big steps, like kind of when you walk up, like the old school, like stone big
Sure.
steps. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Murphy's gonna walk down like 2 of them, and then he's gonna sit on one, and then he's gonna point to the step right below his. Sit, pop.
I have a name.
He's
Apparently
gonna
right now
laugh.
it's pup.
Apparently right now it's Pup.
He's gonna laugh. Helga, give me the feather.
No.
Helga, trust me, give me the feather.
Trust me, the answer's no.
Have I ever done anything to hurt you, or ever done anything wrong by you before?
No. But this
Trust me
feather's
now.
important to me.
And I know that, dear. Trust me.
What are
Give
you
me the
going to
feather.
do?
Trust me, just for a moment, I will give it back. I promise.
She'll reluctantly give over the feather.
Chucks it in the water.
So, since Helga's sitting in front of Murph, and he's taller and he's on a higher step, he's going to take the feather, and he's going to start, in a very intricate pattern, start braiding it into her mohawk.
Oh.
And as he does so, let me tell you a story. I had someone I loved dearly. Beyond words, beyond anything. I would have given up the world for her. I did give up the world for her. And then I lost her. Not through battle. I would have been alright. I could understand that. I lost her to power. I lost her to greed. To something she thought was more important. I don't wish that upon anyone, especially you, little sister. So, we'll do what we can. Protect ourselves, Arpak, but also, and he finishes the braid and he puts a hand on her shoulder. Your heart. And he'll sit back.
It's just everything happened so quick, so fast, and she didn't even like. She gave me answers, but I'm still very confused. And I mean, the whole thing is confusing, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I feel like there still have to be a better way, and I don't want to lose her to the power, but I feel like she reminds me of myself when I first met everyone and had this blind faith in something more powerful than myself, and that turned around and hurt me, and I lost my home, and I don't want that to happen to her. And I know she loves her sister, but I can't get her to see that I don't think she's gonna get what she really wants out of it, and I don't know what would happen if I lost her, but I also don't know what happened if I would lose you. And then Helga just keeps word vomit. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe actual vomit too, but like just like all the stress is like getting to her, and she's just finally like, it's just endless word physical vomit. Like I don't know, when she came, she was here, and we were having a good time, and then next thing I know, everyone's fighting each other, and people are, throwing other people against trees and threatening to kill everyone, and now I have to choose whether I want to, be with her, be with you guys, what side am I on? Like this, what is happening? Like, I just want to go back home to Clade, where I was just with my tribe, and we were just killing displacer beasts in the forest. That's all I want. Like, this is all so much.
He's gonna look to Finra.
I mean, I'm only 18, for crying out loud. This is so much to handle. Like, and I don't want to choose, but I feel like I have to, and I really don't. And, she said it was going to be a long time before I see her again, and that hurts. But she said she loves her sister but is afraid of her more, and that's not okay. But I don't know how to get her, if she is being used, but she refuses to seek help. And I don't know if that's her being manipulated by something else, or if that's her just acting out of fear because she's trying to protect herself, protect us from what is supposed to happen. I don't know, but I wish she would tell me. But she's gone.
Luna's gonna come over and just look at Helga and tell her if she loves you, she's not gonna make you choose. Walk your path. Keep going forward.
She asked me not to fight, but like, have you seen me? Like, that's all I know how to do.
I kind of give her like a little boop on the head, and then wince because I definitely broke my hand. I'm gonna hold it up to her face. You handled your rage today. You've always wanted to conquer it. I don't see you with the broken hand.
Who's all there except for the three of you? Is anybody else there?
I think the other two are getting instruments.
Are you two getting instruments?
Xander, if you get her a recorder, I kill you.
Yep, on sight. Especially since she only needs 4 hours of sleep. Please, not a recorder, because that's like the worst alarm clock.
Murph and Helga, just roll me d20s.
I got a 12.
Ooh, I got a 5.
No!
I got a rock.
I like turtles.
I like
I like turtles. Okay.
But, and then she just goes and she's like, but I also don't want to, I honestly really don't want to fight for Seraphina either. Like, I don't like her. She doesn't like me. So, like, either way, it sounds like we're losing.
We do what we can to have our freedom. We do what we can to take back Khalid. And I'm just gonna wrap her in a hug. Fight
I was
for
gonna
you.
hug her and then start crying. Pulls Murph in.
Remember, the one with the biggest sword usually gets to speak the loudest at the table. So maybe we just gotta get ourselves some bigger swords.
Yeah, I'm just. What if those swords end up taking more people I care about? I mean, it's so weird because, you know, when I first met everyone, I had such a ego. You know, I thought it was confidence, but it wasn't, and now it's just like it's all gone. Like I said, it was just so much simpler when it was just, all right, we go, we kill the devils, and go back home. We didn't ask for any of this to happen.
Life doesn't ask you for things to happen. Life takes, it gives. And you take the good times. The few that are when there's bad.
It ain't about how hard you can get hit sometimes, Helga. Or how hard you can hit. Sometimes it's about how hard you can get hit and keep going. Keep moving forward. And that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, I want to live my life for you guys, but I want to live my life with her too. I want to live with both of you guys, but I get a feeling that that's not going to happen, and it hurts.
It'll hurt. But you won't know the outcome until we get there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just really afraid for, you know, she said the next time that I see her, she's gonna need an answer, and I don't want to be afraid to see her. But now I'm going to be. I know what's going to happen the next time she comes around. It's not going to be fun and games anymore. All those good times that we had won't matter. Because if she's gonna see us as an enemy no matter what we do, what was the point?
Did you enjoy her company?
Always.
Do you love her?
I do. I mean, at least I gonna guess that's what I was feeling, was being in love. I don't really know. I've never actually felt that before, but it was definitely a good feeling.
Then there is a point. She brought joy into your life. The joy may not stay, but you had joy. And you'll find joy again.
Helga, I wouldn't give 1 minute of the time I had with the one I lost, despite all the pain here and here that I've suffered. That's the point.
We've learned the hard way to take each day as it is. It's not going to be pleasant all the time. It's not going to be fun. But we have to enjoy the small moments that we do have, otherwise it'll eat us up. Trust me, it took me a long time to realize that. A hard time? We all learn it the hard way. But it makes us enjoy the good moments more.
You're right. I just don't like I said, I don't like knowing that the next time I see her might be the last, might be lovers turn to enemies. But I shouldn't try and worry about things that haven't happened yet.
And also know that the next time, no matter what it is, you're not alone.
I kind of
Hopefully I
release
can-
her.
Hopefully I
Sorry.
can convince her that she's not alone too.
For
What'd you s-
now. And I take my left arm, the one that doesn't hurt, and slug her really hard in the shoulder and kind of laugh. Focus on the now pain, not the future pain.
Mm-hmm. Hit her back.
Punch your face. No.
Yeah. Where's that broken hand?
Okay,
Fighter!
to
Yeah.
Xander and Mixus.
Yes.
So you're going from shop to shop trying to find an instrument from Mixus. There's a few
Yes,
places around
please.
here where you can procure instruments. Everywhere from as simple as the main merchant at the head store to different people selling instruments within their tents to going down in a similar spot to where Tabatha usually had her set up. There is an actual group that usually plays music down there, and they occasionally sell some of the equipment once in a while. Depends on where you want to go.
I guess we would just play hot potato and try to find one that will fit.
So
I mean, I just want to find one. I don't know how we're gonna find one.
okay, so you can go into the nearest store. Inside, it's mostly weapons and armaments, but there is a section for kind of like the bard section that has different kind of tools of like leathers, pouches for potions, and different kind of pan flutes, and different kind of more handheld instruments. Let me pull up the inventory.
Xander, what do you recommend?
What do I recommend?
I
Wow.
mean, you have a fun little blue, 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 blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need one of those. Maybe something smaller.
So so they have shawms, flutes.
Sham.
Yeah.
What's a sham?
What is?
It's very much to a flute, but it's made out of complete wood. It's let me see if I can describe. It's like
I
it's
have a picture.
yeah.
I
It
have a
looks like
picture.
a
I'll put
flat clarinet.
Mhm.
a wood clarinet. Yeah.
Let's see the things.
We're all gonna learn what a shop is.
They have a fiddle, pan flute, a mandolin, and a lyre.
Oh. Oh.
A
What's-
mandolin.
Ooh, a
You mean a
lyre.
mandolin?
Madeline?
Yeah, mandolin.
I was like, what the fuck's a mandolin?
What's a
They got a Mandalorian!
It's my new
mandolin?
favorite thing.
Wrong campaign.
Mealy and
You
mandolin.
sure, Mealy?
What's a
We
man?
got a,
What's a
we got a mealy Mandalorian.
Okay, it's my second favorite word.
Yeah.
We now know the DM's least favorite word too.
Ding-a-ling.
New character name.
Mandolin. Yep.
Mandolin.
Mandalorian. but
It's the bard. A mandolin, yo.
That would be a good one. Yes.
Mandolin.
So, I'm.
It looks like they specifically kind of like have a lot more vials than anything else.
Okay.
Other than that, most of the other ones are kind of just like single objects, but they kind of specialize in vials, and they got different kind of styles there, with different kind of finishes, anywhere from wood to a little bit of a maybe like a cheaper kind of material. Some of them even have more of kind of like a refined finish that has like a certain, like a craftsman's paint job to it. Some of them are different sizes. Everything here that they have is roughly a good size for mixes, depending on how big she wants, but it would be good for her size.
Are any of them magical in nature?
You can give me another Arcana check or Perception check to try to see if you can notice any magical properties or if they have any descriptions of magical properties on them.
I'll do perception. Cool. That kind of sucked. 8.
8. It's hard to tell. It looks like at least a couple of the vials are magical. One of them kind of has like this kind of I can't remember. It's kind of like a wood finish that almost kind of has like this kind of like this really nice glaze over it that gives it kind of a really nice finish. And you can't really tell the magical abilities of it, but you can assume it has something to it that gives a unique twist. There's another one that looks very similar. It's a little bit smaller. It looks like it's specifically maybe the actual not the whole instrument, but maybe the strings themselves are magical.
Okay. I tell you, Mixosit, when I chose this fine lute, it called out to me the sounds, the history, it just has a whole story to it. And as you, the person who likes to write their own story and seeks out stories and likes to learn the history, find instrument that calls out to you. What story does it have, or what story do you want to tell with it?
Oh. Okay. Shop person?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, my name is
Hi.
Mixus.
Hi, Mixus. Hi.
Can I try one of these flutes?
I mean, sure. I don't see why not. I mean, I clean them all the time, so it's fine for you to try. Just let me know when you're done, and I'll clean it up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just feel free to just mess around. Just be careful. Some of them are very unique, one of a kind pieces.
Okay. I just start trying to flute.
You're gonna go for the flute first. Okay, so there's only one flute. Okay.
I'm gonna start playing it and be like.
Roll for performance.
Yep, roll for performance check.
It's a goose.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a 20 actually. But it's not a nat 20. It was a spooky 20.
Maybe whether or not you've been taught how to play instruments, somehow maybe it's from watching other people do it, but after just messing around for about 5 seconds, you actually get kind of in tuned with it, and you kind of maybe it's just you're feeling with it, maybe it's the way that the specific instrument is, but it feels comfortable that as you start playing it, you actually just suddenly just go into tune and you start just playing a song.
What else is there? Because I put it down and be like, what else is there?
There's a lyre. There is a sham.
Which is a lyre? What's a lyre?
It's not too far from a lute, but it has fewer strings.
So it's a kind of
like
harp.
a harp. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be like, blue, 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 blue.
Okay.
I'd like to imagine that Mixus actually makes these sound effects while she's playing it,
Right.
physically.
Yeah. Blue, 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 blue. That's a 17.
Not as good as the
better.
first one, but you're actually doing still pretty good for never really learning how to do this.
Wow, you just have so much natural talent, Mixus. I'm
What
very
else is
impressed.
there?
There is a sham, which is
Shaw.
that's the one that Corey sent the pictures of.
Oh, I didn't see.
That was like the bigger.
They're like the wood clarinet looking things.
Mhm.
Clarinet, there you go.
I'm gonna try
Clarinet
it.
from
I'm
hell.
gonna try it.
On God, though.
Okay.
This makes
There we go.
sense.
That's
I mean, the group chat has so many good choices.
Oh, all of it.
Let's see what that does. That was a 11.
This one is not working out so well for you. Maybe it's the shape. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's like really long for you. You're trying to like lift it up, and it's just like, nah.
Okay, not a good fit. What
And
else
then-
is there?
There's about 3 different kind of vials there.
What is that? Is that like a violin?
Viola?
It's a
a
viol.
Viol. VIOL. It's like a.
Oh,
It's.
Viola.
Yeah, viola.
Viola.
No, viola has
No, it's not a
more-
viola. It's a viol.
It's a-
VIOL. There's no
Yeah,
A at
it's
the
a
end of
little
it.
different.
Oh.
Oh.
It's, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
It's like
So-
a mix between a violin and a cello.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
violin.
I'm gonna try that thing.
Okay.
Music majors, I am so sorry we're butchering all of these.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna
Apologies.
try that. I'm guessing it's more of like this thing. Like
I played the wood block in school.
It's either you can
Right.
you're supposed to kind of like you can either put it against your
Maracas.
chest, or you can have it on the floor and you can kind of play it between where it's sitting between your legs
Okay.
or something.
Well, we're gonna try. I mean, I've that was definitely.
So
not
the first
good.
one you
That
definitely
sounded bad.
maybe you don't know how to position it properly, but the first one does not work out well. But you yep pretty much.
Okay, what else
Have
is
you
in
ever
here?
heard a
There's
cat
there's
dying?
2 other vials that have a distinct other kind of style to them. There is, let me pull back up the things.
Is there a horn, or what's this thing?
There is a fiddle. There is
Mixes went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. She was
And
in fire.
then-
She went hard.
and then there is a hand harp.
Okay, I'm gonna try the fiddle.
Okay.
Come on, Troy, Dennis, you can do it.
This is only the first door.
Please make sure to show this to Renora when she's up from her nap.
And that's
She should
only
be
a
the
12.
first person
Okay.
that hears this concert.
That's the only 12. That's a
The
12.
music is not turning out too great for you. You're maybe with this, maybe having an extra hand on an instrument instead of having just one thing is not working out for you. Having the extra string in your hand maybe
Okay.
not working. But there is a hand harp.
I guess we'll try the hand harp.
Okay.
To try everything in the whole shop. That's a 13.
15. As you sit down, you start playing with the hand harp. It's rough and go with this one, but you start to notice that as your hands start to go, you almost start almost seeing the music play from the harp, but only you is noticing it.
Yes. Do you see that? See it? Do you
Yeah.
see that? Do you see it?
Awfully nifty.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Do you see it? You
Yeah.
see what I see? Do you see what I
Yes.
see?
Oh,
Xander's
I-
high as fuck. He don't see shit.
Let me be concentrated. I feel the music.
I feel the music is right.
I can taste colors,
I
man.
can taste colors. I could see
Xander!
words.
Mixes, why are your ears so soft?
You know I use moisturizer. That's fine.
I do extra moisturizer at the tip of the ears. You got to really get those tips. You know, like it's just a tip. Just
Your
a
dress is just so flowy, man.
tip. Right?
Okay. Alright. I'm like, I don't know if this store works. We should try another one.
Okay.
But at least what did you like the most?
I mean the flute was pretty cool. The
Was
flute.
cool?
So maybe I like those kind of things.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's good.
But I don't know, but yeah. Let's look to see if there's anything else.
Okay, at least we got somewhere to start. Maybe
Amber's
My vote is
praying
that's
for
the
a
one.
bagpipe, but Mixus doesn't want a bagpipe.
What's the group chat? That's what I put in.
Amber wants
So-
a bagpipe, but
So do you want to go to the
Mixus
merchant shops, or you want to go to the shop underneath the actual building?
Let's go to the merchant shop.
Okay, so as you make your way over to the merchant shop, which is a guy that has a bunch of stuff outside of his tent, he does have a whole blanket full of different kind of instruments. Everywhere from... drums, the flutes, the lutes, the lyres, the horns, the pan flutes.
Oh. I see a horn. I'm gonna try the horn.
Okay.
I don't even ask. I just try. I'm just gonna try it. I just pick it up and try it. That's 17. And that's 18.
Okay. Oh, that you're not even. You're cutting out. With this, it's you're not getting music out of it, but you're just playing like this really loud, echoey sound. That's like, what the hell? You know? Yeah, right.
Well, that
Gondor calls for aid.
Ooh, good job.
What was that? How do you like that one, Xander? Was
Love
that
it
one good?
so
That one
much.
good? Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can only go up from here.
Okay. What else is there? You said that was in there?
Okay, so there is the drum,
focusing on-
the horn, the flute, and the lute.
We're gonna try the drum.
Okay.
Are you a natural drummer?
Drum, 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 drum,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I find like Helga has proficiency with a drum. She just doesn't actually own a drum, which I find really funny. Like, where did she get this
only
proficiency from?
That's only a 13.
13. As you're playing this one, it seems to get some kind of magical effect, but you're not activating it, and it's just more or less creating like a bad, kind of like a almost like a bad echo that's kind of coming off of it. That's just kind of sound a little odd.
Okay.
Somewhere in the distance,
Here,
Boulder starts to howl.
The musical effect or the magical effect that's coming from it.
What's that?
Do I notice like the magical effect coming from it?
No, because she didn't activate it. Yeah, she wasn't able to activate it. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what was the next thing that was there?
A flute and a lute.
Okay. What's the difference between a flute and a lute?
Well, a flute is a flute.
Wind versus string.
I have a lute. I have a lute.
So yeah. So he has a so what Xander has is a lute. The flute is just legitimately just the long cylindrical, just hand.
Is it an actual flute or a pan flute?
No, it's a flute. It's a flute.
Everybody get their torches out for this duet concert.
I'm gonna try the flute. We'll
Helga
see
would
how it
like to
works.
go invest in some earmuffs.
Okay.
I'm gonna try the flute. We're gonna see what happens. That is a 19 for a 20. Okay, I guess.
As you start playing this one, you start to notice that this almost kind of like a heat starts to come from it as you start playing music on it. And as it starts to come out, it sounds very similar to when you had your dragon friend and he was starting to sing to you.
Oh. I like this one.
Yeah,
I like this one.
That is the one. Wow, you are a natural flute player. This one sounds the best with you. That is your story to write.
That is a fantastic flute, young madam. And if you want that, I will give you a fantastic deal. 20 gold.
20 gold. Are you gonna teach me a song for that?
You want a song? 30 gold.
No. No.
You
Wait.
strive a hard bargain. I totally appreciate that. 25 gold.
Here, I'll lend my assistance here. Sir, what is your name?
30 gold.
30 gold! 30 gold! This is associate of mine, a colleague of Xander the Magnificent, now throughout the 10 realms.
Not here, it ain't.
Bards and bards.
What?
What?
No, not in this house. Not today.
For you, I have a question for you.
Okay, what's your question?
Do you like dragons?
I am. It depends on the dragon. I have never really seen one that has tickled my fancy.
Okay, so have you ever talked to a dragon?
The last two dragons I've seen tried to eat me, so no.
Oh, well, you might be. I sniff him and be like, Well, you are you kind of do smell like some of their food. Eh. Just
Wait,
saying.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I stink. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Smells like bitch up in here.
So
Hey, you know what their favorite kind of food is, right?
Human. Human. That's
Well-
what their favorite food is.
Well, good thing I'm not a human.
Oh.
That's okay. You're some kind of creature, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, what are you?
Just
Can you
kind
do
of-
this? And I just change colors. Can you do this? And I start changing colors back and forth. I go through all the cycle of the different colors.
He
Can
just,
you do
he
this?
just
Can you do
looks
this?
at,
Can you
he
do
looks
that?
at you and
Can
he
you do
listens
that?
to your
Can you
voice
do
as he
that?
just puts down his pipe and he just like starts smelling what he's smoking. It's like, no,
Can
I
you do-
can't do that.
Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?
Look, I'll go up to the guy. I go, okay, she's gonna keep doing this a long time. So you can take the 30 gold. We'll do the 30, and you teach her a song, and then we can go on our way.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm just like hopping around his tent. Can you do this? And I'm just changing. So there's leaves, there's flowers, there's
Oh,
snow.
that was much better.
All
That's
these
an
different
18.
little
You
things.
just to leave.
Welcome
It's like,
to the
okay.
Thunderdome.
I'll tell you what. If you shut up and 25 gold, I will teach you a song.
You got it.
So he.
I'll do the 25 gold as a gift to Beexus.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
He shows on his own flute and he starts playing a certain tune and he kind of shows you how to actually match to him. And he starts playing the main tune that's actually meant for the actual flute that you got, which is called the Ballad of the Black Dragon.
Is it actually in there, or are you gonna get it to me later?
Oh, I gotta make it for you, but what you acquired is the Fife of the Dragon song.
That's good, because I am friends with a dragon.
So this is a magical item. While making performance checks with this flute, you get a +3. And if you play this instrument in the presence of a dragon, you can calm them down by a performance check.
Oh,
That's pretty sweet.
okay. Can I call to them too, or is it just
I think it's just...
a call?
I mean, you could certainly try. It's a dragon
Okay.
flute, so it could have an ability to do that.
Practice makes...
Live by
I'm
the
gonna
sea.
have friends. I'm gonna make all the dragon friends.
If Sanders hears this song too, or he's trying to pick up chords himself, he's like, okay, maybe I can do that, this, that.
Okay.
Damn
If I help her
straight.
learn the song, maybe she'll get better. And then we can perform.
Thank goodness
Start
it's the
walking.
dragons and not trees.
I start walking away, playing it, and I'm gonna head right towards where everyone else is. I'm gonna find them
Oh,
and
yeah.
be like,
Yeah. Sounds like hot crust buns right now.
The fuck is that?
Woo! As you just hear Boulder
I am
just roaring
returned
out in the background
to
somewhere.
We'll lift our spirits with the fine Mixus, most
You hear that?
with her song.
So, as Mixus finally acquires herself an instrument, some of you decide to help Helga kind of deal with certain understandably emotional problems. We're going to end it there for the night.
On a high note.
On a high note, I don't depress us even further.
Fucking facts, man. God
Young
damn it.
lady's gone. She was a god. Now she gone.
"You left me this
Helga just
feather."
starts
Sorry,
crying again.
So, I
You
once
said
again,
backup vocals.
I apologize for anybody who saw the beginning of the stream and was very confused about why I kept going out. We had some internet problems, but
Yes.
you know,
Oh, we
this is
fixed it.
unfortunately the way it is around here. But thank you for everybody who was watching, and do not forget that Friday we will have the new episode of The World of Aberrant with the characters of Norin and Vriathral. So
Great.
Ooh.
Make sure you
Check
check
out
it out.
our boy.
They'll probably go live anywhere between 2 to 2:30, and we'll have 2 people in one session. So check that out. And after that, we'll officially go into the first 3 episodes of Campaign 1, going over some of their first events.
Sweet.
Hey.
Flashbacks.
Woo woo.
So, everybody, thank you for joining, and we will see you next time.
Bye,
And you're
guys.
gonna hear.